Top 5 manhwas like Solo Leveling Part 2. Welcome back to Part 2 of our countdown of the top manhwa that will give you the same feelings as Solo Leveling. Last time we covered some epic stories like Solo Max Level Newbie, Second Life Ranker, and Return of the Disaster Class Hero. But trust me, the hype only gets cranked up higher from here. Okay, now let's start with this one as well. The story follows Confucius Kim, an F-class hunter who is, let's just say, not a typical overpowered protagonist, but when he miraculously gains the ability to copy other hunters' skill, he sees his chance to finally climb the ranks and catch up to his idol, the legendary Flame Emperor. The twist: Confucius has to die before he can gain a skill, so he's constantly throwing himself into deadly situations, all while trying to outwit and outlive the powerful hunters who want him dead. It's wild watching this underdog use his wits and cunning to survive against all odds. With jaw-dropping action, a captivating protagonist, and a story that will keep you guessing, Triple S Class Revival Hunter is a manhwa you absolutely can't miss. Number 4. Revenge of the Iron-Blooded Sword Hound. The story follows Vikir, a member of the notorious Baskerville assassin family. Despite being the shunned illegitimate son, he served his twisted clan faithfully, only to be betrayed and killed by his own father. But then Vikir is inexplicably reborn with all his memories intact. Now, armed with the knowledge of his past, he's ready to rise above the pack and take his revenge. If you love an anti-hero protagonist with the thirst for vengeance, Revenge of the Iron-Blooded Sword Hound is an absolute must-read. Number 3. Returner's magic should be special. The story follows Desir Herman, one of the last surviving mages in the world ravaged by deadly shadow realms. After making one final, doomed stand to save humanity, Desir suddenly wakes up back at the start of his high school days. He's been given a second chance to change the course of history, to save the loved ones he lost and unite the warriors who will be key to defeating the shadow realms. What sets this manhwa apart is its focus on Desir's weaknesses. Unlike your typical overpowered protagonist, Desir knows he can't just brute force his way to victory. Instead, he has to rely on his wits, strategy, and the bonds he builds with his allies. It's a refreshing take on the return to the past genre, and it'll keep you hooked from the start to finish. Number 2. The Beginning After the End. We follow King Grey, a man of unrivaled strength, wealth, and prestige in his original world. But beneath the glamorous exterior, he was just a shell of a person, devoid of purpose and will. That is, until he's reincarnated into a new world filled with magic and monsters. Now, Grey has a second chance to not only correct the mistakes of his past life, but also uncover the dark undercurrent threatening to destroy the peace and prosperity of this new world he's found himself in. It's a wild ride catching this once powerful king grow from a helpless baby into a formidable adventurer, making friends and foes along the way. With an awesome story, likable characters, and stunning art, The Beginning After the End is a manhwa any isekai fans cannot simply miss. And number 1. Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. As a struggling office worker, Dokja Kim's sole joy in life is an online novel so obscure that he is its only reader. Then one day the story comes to an end, and so does the world. People all around the globe suddenly find themselves being massacred by horrific monsters or pitted against each other in sadistic scenarios straight out of the novel. However, only Dokja is aware that this is merely the first chapter of what is to come. Knowing that devastating plot twists are on the horizon, he can no longer afford to sit back as a reader. It's time for Dokja to set up and write his own destiny. So, there you have it folks, the top 5 manhwa that will scratch the same itch as the legendary Solo Leveling. These stories deliver the same power fantasy, jaw-dropping action, and OP protagonist as Solo Leveling. Get ready to binge read your way through some of the manhwa out there. Till next video, sayonara and peace out.